Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to our subscribers and welcome to anybody who's watching, whether you're a subscriber or not. Now this video is for anybody, but in particular for those who've asked for a demonstration on how I paint my sunsets. Now, especially for greeting cards, I usually, well, in fact I almost always, do it with my watercolour pencils. Now I'm using Derwent watercolour pencils. That's not a plug, it's just the brand I happen to use. So I will be using just 4 colours today, but you can use any colours you like from whatever brand that you normally use. You don't have to rush out and buy these if you haven't got Derwent, but I just happen to like them. And so I'm going to start with a red violet, which is a sort of purpley colour, a reddy purple colour. And I'm going to put that reasonably thickly at the top. This will look a bit of a mess to begin with because it's pencil. You can do this in traditional watercolour if you want to, just use similar colours. Wet the paper first slightly and then blend them together. Just paint them on and blend them together in your usual way. So I'm just going to put that fairly near the top. So, or right at the top really. And then I'm going to use a crimson lake, which is a sort of dark red, like that. But I'm not going to put, now the worst thing you can do, the worst crime you could commit almost, is putting your colours in stripes. So I'm going to bring it down like that. So bring it down in a sort of staggered zigzag, for want of a better word. So that's how I always do mine. Just bring it down, but don't do them in straight lines because sunsets are never in straight lines. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use an orange, and this is Spectrum orange, and I'm going to go back and fill in the gaps that I used in my zigzag, or that I created in my zigzag. So I'm just going to fill in these gaps. This will create a really interesting sunset. What we don't want boring sunsets. We can't match nature, but what we can do is try and make our paintings interesting. So then all I'm going to do is come down to the bottom with my orange, and once again I'm going to do that sort of zigzaggy, that staggered zigzag, and then finally I'm going to use Naples yellow, because in the Derwent, the Naples yellow, unlike traditional watercolour, is quite bright. In traditional watercolour, of course, it's almost like an earth colour, but in watercolour pencil, especially these ones, it's quite a bright yellow, and I really like it. I suppose it's not a true Naples yellow, but it's a nice colour, so it doesn't really matter what it's called. As long as you get the colour that you like, it doesn't matter what it's called. So that's how we fill our card. This is a 6x6, but you can do this on any size card, of course. And then we have the fun part. I'll just bring in my water, my very mucky water tub, which I'm going to pop up there. This is the fun part. This is where the magic happens, guys. So I'm just going to dip my brush in my water. And don't start from the bottom and go up, because you'll make it very muddy. I always start from the top. And we're just going to paint it in streaks. Don't do that. Just go across the width of your paper. So straight across, like that. And we're going to keep doing that all the way down. We'll do it in real time. There's no editing here, because then you can see it building up. Might take a little bit longer, but it's only a 6x6, so it's not going to take forever. So if you do it like that and just sweep across backwards and forwards like that, if you miss a bit like I've just done, of course you can go back and like that. So if you sweep it across, you can see how that zigzaggy, I'm just going to blend that up into that bit of it, that's better. If you sweep it backwards and forwards like that, you can see how that zigzag colouring effect really does make a beautiful sunset. So I'm just going to hold it up there a minute and then just take it up into the colour above, because we don't want lines where one colour starts and another ends. We don't do that in sunsets because it doesn't look natural, or at least we shouldn't. I have seen, I have to say, some terrible sunset paintings, not from people on this channel of course, but from others. But other demonstrations that I've watched, I thought, good grief. But maybe I'm just too fussy. But anyway, and it wasn't on YouTube, it was on another platform. So that's how you do your basic sunset. So, well, let me just pop that up. I think that's moved down a bit. Never mind. Now, I'm going to show you how I do the sun. So just moisten your brush, make sure it's wet, and do it sort of, don't do it right up here. Do it fairly low, below the centre. And just have a wet brush or a damp brush. You can make it as big as you like. I'm not going to make mine too big. And all you do is and if you think, oh god, that's far too big, just while it's still wet, it'll take, even watercolour pencil, it'll take a while to dry, so don't worry. And if you think, oh my goodness, that's far too big, all you need to do is get yourself a smaller brush, which is what I should have done. So, because I thought mine was too big, so I'm just going to get a smaller brush, and here, within the yellow part, I'm just going to use the tip of the brush, and I'm going to go round in a circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. There's no perfect shapes in nature. And there we have our sunset. And there we go. Or you could call it a sunrise if you want to. And there we go, guys. There is our sunrise or sunset painting with our watercolour pencils. Now that was very quick and very easy, and we finished in well under 10 minutes. So that wasn't bad, was it? So there we go. There is our watercolour or watercolour pencil sunrise or sunset painting. And I hope you enjoyed it. So that's all for me for now, and I will see you next time with another video. And until then, thank you for watching, everybody. Take care, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. And in this case, happy painting too. Bye-bye for now.